waters and the lands. Remember and honor the Yakima peoples as their caretakers of these lands, their connection to this region and appreciation, and we appreciate the opportunity to live, flourish, and learn on their perpetual homelands. And this is a reminder of the SCAC Sportsmanship Creed. The SCAC encourages and promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, parents, and spectators. We strive to create a competitive yet positive atmosphere where everyone feels welcome. We ask that you cheer for your team and be respectful of the opponents and the officials. As SCAC student athletes, this is the SCAC Conference of Champions. And now, for the starting lineups, beginning with our visitors, the offensive line starters for the Naches Rangers. At quarterback, number 2, Dylan Mueller. Running back, number 32, Thane Denny. Tight end, number 18, Charlie Jewett. Wide receiver, number 7, Ty Moore. Wide receiver, number 3, Landon Benetti. Wide receiver, number 14, Jet Hires. On the line, offensive lineman, number 55, Gabe Admin-Kula. Number 77, Kevin Cooper. Center, number 78, Will Price. On the other side of the line, number 54, Nick Cuevas. And finally, number 50, Matthew Price. That team is coached by their head coach, Mr. Matt Keeler. And now, the defensive team starters for your own Wildcats. Beginning with the tackles on the line, number 74, Anthony Nava. Number 77, Darryl Leslie. Nose tackle, number 79, David Underwood. And linebacker, number 53, Caden Kittner. Linebacker number 6, Leonardo Betancourt. Linebacker number 9, Luis Mendoza. And the fourth linebacker number 28, Angelo Cemental. Strong safety number 32, Louis Gattaca. Free safety number 5, CJ Torres. Cornerback number 2, Keanu Zuniga. And that's the other corner, number 3, Alex Sapien. Wildcats are coached by their head coach, Mr. Jason Smith, assisted by Mr. Ray Hernandez, Miguel Hernandez, Yvonne Macias, John Maltos, Eddie McCord, Jacob Mortensen, Steve Romero, Anthony Espinoza, and Mario Herrera. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not already doing so, would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem? Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Tonight done so by the Topless High School Band under the direction of Mr. Derek Overworth.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the THS Digital Media Network here live on YouTube, presenting to you here tonight the Toppenish Wildcats Senior Night up against one of their toughest opponents yet here in league play in the Naches Valley Rangers. What's on the line here tonight? Well, none other, at least for the Wildcats, the outright opportunity to call themselves SCAC West League champions, and with that, a #1 seed heading into post-conference, postseason play. Of course, the winner of those games, well, they're going to be headed to state one way or another. How well should the outcome of this game go in favor of the Wildcats? How well they will be seeded? That is yet to be known, but nonetheless, here tonight, the Naches Valley Rangers hoping to get a better seeding, if not win this game outright themselves and a share of the SCAC West League title. They've been having themselves quite a season coming into this game with only one loss. And here after tonight, we will know who is the best of the best here in the SCAC West. Hello, everybody. Again, my name is Antonio Tony D. Dominguez. Well, it's been an up and down season for the Toppenish Wildcats, starting off for the first time in a long time, 0-4. Didn't take until mid-season to pick up their first win, and now a chance to reach Washington State 1A state football playoffs. And it's going to be coming down to these final 2 games of the regular season. Of course, if the Wildcats are able to pick up a win here tonight I should say, then they will indeed find themselves very positioned to make a postseason appearance, if not a postseason run. Of course, all depending on how the WIAA seating committee sees this team. Of course, they did play a very tough non-conference schedule, and we mean the toughest, playing some top five ranked teams in the 1A, a top 10 ranked team in the 2A, last year's state runner-up. I mean, you can make excuses, but then you cannot. But I mean, who can blame them for that tough start to the season, starting out 0-4, but yet again here finding themselves very well positioned to get into the 1A state playoffs. The Naches Valley Rangers, well, they are tied right now with Toppenish, having 2 league wins apiece, being able to defeat Zilla so far on top of Wapato. And so here tonight to determine who is going to be leading this conference, we're going to see here in this very tough battle. And senior night, of course, here tonight for the Toppenish Wildcats. And programming note, senior night festivities are going to continue at the end of this contest. A little bit of a different break here this season. So if you want to stick around after the conclusion of this contest, we'll bring all of those festivities to you here live from Toppenish, Washington, inside Wildcat Stadium on Bob Winters Field. Here as players lining up for the coin flip. So let's talk about possibilities. Wildcats lose, well, they're going to have to grind out a win over at Zilla next week. They win here tonight, well, doesn't matter what happens next week. Regardless, they will have themselves an SCAC West League title. Should they lose, it becomes a little bit different, and they're going to have to rely on the outcomes of the Naches Valley Rangers and LaSalle Lightning matchup next week. What a way to finish off league play here in the regular season. And of course, here tonight, an ever important game for the Zilla Leopards, believe it or not. So we know they're going to try to take care of business here tonight as well. So they're not going to be paying attention to this game as much, but either way, you bet they're going to try to be getting updates on the score of this contest, because their postseason hopes lie on the result of this contest here tonight. That's one of those things that you like to see. Sometimes, you know, it comes down to the last game, and that's what it's looking like it might be here this season. Of course, the Wildcats having a bit of a tougher road. But guess what? Able to brush back from all that hardship, able to rush back from all of that tough grinding and some of those losses that perhaps you didn't want to have. But guess what? You're here. You're going to do whatever you can to make sure you try your best and grind out a win here tonight. Indeed. What a great season, or what a interesting season, I guess we could say it's been. Here as the Wildcats kickoff team, as they won the coin toss but elected to defer to the second half. And momentarily here as the kicker Yapes trying to get his team organized. Sebastian Yapes, the kicker for the Toppenish Wildcats. Pretty good leg on him. Pretty good accuracy as well when you put him out there to kick some field goals. And this game is underway. Here we go. That ball right in the hands of Tucker Stephens and brought down at the 25-yard line. And that's where the Naches Valley Rangers will start their first offensive possession. Naches Valley Rangers, one of the top offenses in the SCAC West. If not, you can argue the SCAC in whole. Great running game, great passing game. A couple of good receivers and a very good running back who is nearing 900 rushing yards. Let's see what he does here tonight. But they have quite a task in front of them, in front of this very tough Wildcat defense. First handoff pass immediately completed in the middle of the field all the way out to the 37-yard line. That one completed to Charles Jewett, immediately the tight end, and already a player momentarily down. Looks like it's going to be okay. Let's see. What's going to happen? Looks like the officials are discussing something. They're not sure he had control of that football, perhaps. Well, they decide otherwise. Either way, they pick up a first down.
No fumble. First down for the Rangers.
So it looked like it either would have been an incomplete pass or a fumble, but referees deciding that everything is good. So reception is there for Charles Jewett. Naches Valley Rangers, another pass attempt. Rolling out, trying to find an open receiver, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Pass intended for Chet Hires, the second leading receiver on the Naches Valley Rangers side. Let's see what the Naches Valley Rangers can do on second down. You know, for all that you can make for this Toppenish team, we know they started off the season 0-4, but when you're playing quality top 10 quality opponents across the board in those first 4 games, I mean, can you make an argument that, hey, maybe they are a better team in this league compared to the others? Hand it off to the running back. And able to pick up about 10 yards on that one. Denny able to pick up a good amount. Thane Denny, the leading rusher for the Naches Valley Rangers, also leads the SCAC West in rushing touchdowns. The Wildcats have themselves quite an assignment here tonight, trying to contain that young man. Third down and about 2 yards to go. Dylan Weller. And that's going to be an immediate false start on the Naches Valley Rangers. That's going to set them back another 5.
3rd down and 6.
You're the Naches Valley Rangers. You do not want to be making those mistakes up against this Toppenish defense. They know how to capitalize when they have that momentum going in their favor. So replay 3rd down. Instead 3rd down and 2. It's now 3rd down and about 7. Can the Wildcats get themselves off the field now? Mueller stepping back, being forced to his left, able to run around, looking to find the corner edge, but nowhere to go. And stopped after a gain of about 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4th down. So So 4th down, what do you do if you're the Naches Valley Rangers? Looks like they're just going to elect to punt, which is the smart move. No need to make any risky decisions at this point. It's early on in this game. You want to trust in your defense. Let's see how they feel out this Toppenish Wildcat offense, which is still young and growing. They've had some good success these last few games. You just want to put them up to that challenge. Ball punted away, great punt. And Zuniga trying to run that back. And going to be met and tackled there at the 15-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will have their first taste of offense here tonight.
The Wildcat 15-yard line, 1st and 10.
So definitely as this season has progressed, the Wildcat offense has been able slowly to find their rhythm, their identity, and their look. And right now, something that's been tried a little bit differently. Under center, Jason Grant, something you did not see at the beginning of the season, giving it off to Leo Betancourt. It's going to gain about 2 yards on that one.
Ball carrier.
You know, they decided to change it up these last couple of weeks in terms of the style of offense they've been running. They've been running mainly from shotgun in the past. They've been running from the pistol. But obviously right there, Sanchez getting under center, providing a more power look. And perhaps that's what the change the Wildcats needed. Sanchez rolling out. He's going to find an open receiver, and it's going to be tackled down there after the completed pass. Barely able to get to the line of scrimmage. Leo Betancourt there on that reception is going to bring up 3rd down and about 8. You know, power formations are a lot different. The first 4 games, they were running from the gun mainly. And now here, these last couple of weeks, having Jason Sanchez get under center is a great idea. But now, looking to run from the shotgun. Long mile, Sanchez gonna put one up, 50-50 ball, but out of bounds, and that is gonna force the Wildcats to punt that one away. You know, you just gotta get it. You gotta find the rhythm and the identity right now. But running under center a little bit different. Perhaps it's gonna take them a series or two to really figure out this rhythm under this offense, which again, you go from taking a snap about 6-7 yards away from the center to going immediately under the center. Well, of course, you're gonna have to just get used to that. Torres, the punter, is gonna punt that one away. Gonna try to run it back in all the way to the 38-yard line. Ty Moore, the leading receiver and also punt returner here for this Naches Valley Rangers team. A lot of riding on the line in this game. Wildcats were able to get this Naches Valley Rangers team off the field last series. Let's see if they can do the same here. Weller stepping back. Pass completed right into the hands of Moore. That pass was tipped and still able to get a hand on it and get the completion. 2nd down and about 4 yards to go. Wildcats are going to have to get used to that. Wildcats running more of a bit of a hybrid 3-4-2 look. They get some of those players that are playing up front, closer to the line. They are a little bit faster. They do have coverage ability, so don't be fooled by that. Faney being held the ball, and then he finally brought down.
First down, Rangers.
Out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Fresh set of downs. Wildcats are really going to have to pin their ears back on defense now. You don't want to get these Naches Valley Rangers offense onto their rhythm, because anything can happen from that point. Naches Valley Rangers, very good team offensively, but have they met the style of defense of the Wildcats? Moeller being forced, and that one thrown immediately to the turf. Charles Chu with the intended receiver.
2nd down and 10.
2nd down coming up. Wildcat defense improving. That defensive backfield as well, providing some better coverage as the season went on. So from the gun again, Dylan Weller. And looks like there's going to be a flag thrown. And it's going to be another false start against the Rangers, something you don't want to see already. 2 penalties on the offense for the Naches Valley Rangers. And then it's those type of mistakes that you're going to regret later on, especially if this is a close game, which it can be. The Rangers offense just haven't gotten on track just yet. But don't discount them, even though it's second down at about 15. Dylan Weller takes the snap, stepping back, tries to find the slant, and that pass is dropped. And incomplete, intended for Tucker Stevens. Third down. I mean, that was a good look, but perhaps Tucker Stevens just feeling the heat coming. They felt the defensive back, not able to hang on to that pass right off his hands, and to the ground it goes. You really want to make some good concentrations, especially when you're running slant routes like that. You don't know sometimes where those players can be at. Third down and 15. Can the Wildcats hold this Naches Valley offense? Weller stepping back, being met with pressure up the middle, running and trying to find a lane. Close to the first down, and is he? Oh, he's going to be a little bit short, looks like.
Quarterback scramble all the way down to about the 14-yard line.
That was a good play by Dylan Weller, stepping up in the pocket, seeing that there was nowhere to go. Saw that there was more than enough room to run. He does it, and that's it. So 4th down and about 1.5 yards to go from the shotgun. Wildcats gonna have to drop the great defense here to stop him, get him off the field. Weller able to take it himself, isn't lining anywhere, and just barely able to get over the first down marker. New set of downs coming up. You know, and they had great pressure right there in the middle, right where Weller was going to run the ball. Just nobody able to tackle him down as he was running. And then finally, a host of Wildcats able to bring him down with about a gain of 2, which is all he needed. And now the Wildcats here in the red zone. Let's see what they can do. They're trying to do all their best to try to stop this Naches Valley offense. First down. Finney with the ball, sifts through a few tackles, but brought down after a gain of about 3.
Checked out the ball carrier was Thane Denny, number 32.
Denny, the leading rusher for this Rangers team. It's going to bring up second down and about 8 yards to go. So they're still able to get a fresh set of downs.
Second down and 7.
But with so little room, I would imagine this is either you put it into the end zone or you probably might be kicking a field goal. Dylan Weller to Thane Denny, and able to find the end zone and the first score of this ever-important matchup. Touchdown for the Naches Valley Rangers. I mean, the Wildcats were doing everything right, but Dylan Weller on the previous plays just giving the Rangers a second opportunity on offense to continue this drive. Wildcats not being able to bring down the running back in that situation. And now, first score of the game. It's going to put the Wildcats down momentarily, at least 6-0, but looks like another penalty. This one's going to be against the Wildcats.
Offside penalty against the Wildcats.
See what they're going to decide to do. It doesn't really change very much. Half the distance to the goal. Let's get them a little bit closer, but doesn't look like they're going to go for the 2-point attempt. PT is up And good.
And the kick is good.
On their second offensive drive, the Naches Valley Rangers with the touchdown from Thane Denny. 7-0. Wildcats down early on in this one. Take a break. Be back here, THS Digital Media Network.
It's been brought to my attention that there are some balloons in the stands, and if you could please hold them down close to your body, because apparently you will be blocking people behind you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Tucker Stevens will be kicking off to the Wildcats. Stevie Romero, Lyle Wapchulai, back for the Wildcats.
Welcome back here, folks. THS Digital Media Network. Antonio Tony D. Dominguez here. As the Valley Rangers are ready to kick this one away, and they do. Wildcats hoping to return this one through the middle and hanging on to that football past the 30-yard line at about the 32. Wildcats with a little bit better field position here on this next offensive drive. On that first offensive series, we talked about the different look offense that they're running with Jason Grant. Under center primarily right now, but looks like they're going back to their shotgun look. Let's see how they're able to operate from here. Zuniga giving the ball, slipping through a few tackles, and able to gain about 6 yards on that one. Second down and about 4 yards to go. That's what you want to do. You want to set a rhythm on offense by running the football consistently, gaining good yardage, not having to worry about anything else. Keanu Zuniga is that capable running back right now. Feed the ball to him. Let him set the rhythm. Jason Grant again. Zuniga watching his blockers, trying to slip through a few more tackles and only able to gain about 1 yard on that one. Third down coming up.
Keanu Zuniga, maybe a yard gain at the best. Third down about 4.
Looks like already a few substitutions on the defensive side there as Ty Moore limping off the field. That's a player, if you're the Naches Valley Rangers, he's a two-way player. You do not want to see hurt, especially if he's a primary component of your offense, which he has been this season. Given again, Zuniga, but met at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up fourth down. Let's see what the Wildcats are going to elect to do, and they're going to have to punt this one away.
Fourth and about 2.
You know, it's just a little bit tougher when you're in the shotgun to run running plays, because that gives that defense ever so much more time to really predict where you're going to go with that football, which lane you're going to try to cut to, because you're behind the line of scrimmage. Or as opposed to when you're running from a power formation, you got to look out. Somebody may be in your face literally in half a second. CJ Torres, the punter, kicking that one away. And finally brought down. Good tackle there by the return, by the kicking team.
Over the 35 to the 37-yard line.
38-yard line. Return there by Tucker Stevens. It's going to be an interesting note right now. Is Ty Moore out there on the field? One of the more dangerous players. He's limping off during that defensive series. Doesn't look like he is out there, so we'll see how that holds up for the Valley Rangers. Dylan Weller stepping back. Able to find an open receiver, and good, and completed forward 2 for another first down. Chet Hires, the second leading receiver on this Rangers team, able to pick it up and move the chains. It's good movement. Dylan Weller, knowing where his receiver was at, Just making that simple pass, knowing that there's no defensive back there. Find your receiver open, just get it to him. He's able to make the completion, get things to go. First down and 10 here, past the 15-yard line. At the 45. Weller to Thane Denny and met in the backfield for a loss of about 2. Second down coming up. That's the kind of Wildcat defense you want to see. You want to limit the effectiveness of Thane Denny, the leading rusher of the SCAC West. You don't want to give him any space. As soon as you see the ball in his hands, get to your assignment, bring him down. Second down and about 11 yards to go. Weller from the gun. Denny again with the ball and gains about 1 and stopped. It's going to bring up third down and long. Third down and 10. This is a great position to be in if you're the Wildcat defense. You just got to trust your people. You got to trust your personnel. You got to know your job. Know where you got to be at. Don't lose it. Get this Naches Valley Rangers offense off the field and get your defense some breathing time. Dylan Weller in the shotgun, looking to pass, and that pass incomplete. Stevens, the intended receiver, and fourth down coming up. Naches Valley Rangers capable of both running the ball and passing the ball this season. And the clock stopping there. It's going to give the chance here for the Wildcat offense to get back on the field and try to make something happen here early in this first quarter. Stevens, that put almost blocked. They're going to have to let that one go. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. And that's where the...
That is a personal foul. Roughing the punter, the kicker, and...
It's going to be running into the kicker, I believe. And so they're going to re-punt this one, I believe. I'm not sure about that one. Let's see what this one is. And indeed it is. Oh no. They called it roughing the kicker. I'm not sure about that one. He got his hand right on that football. Yeah, and once you get a hand on that ball, there's no way you should be able to call roughing the kicker or running into the kicker because you had a shot at that football. And now the Naches Valley Rangers gifted essentially right now another offensive series that probably shouldn't have happened. We're going to have to go back on tape and rewind that one. Let's see if really that is the cause. In the backfield, nowhere to go and stopped a little bit behind the line of scrimmage. Great discipline there from the Wildcat defense. The Wildcats, you have to believe they want to play with as much urgency as they can here in this first quarter alone, knowing the battle that's going to be in front of them as this game goes on.
Second down and 10.
Weller stepping back. Clean pocket and brought down again. Couldn't get past the line of scrimmage. Third down and 10 again. Once again, credit the great discipline on defense. No penalties. In fact, the Wildcats have yet to be flagged. So kind of a rarity if you think about it, considering how the past few seasons have gone in terms of penalties. Great job. Hopefully we do not. Oh, let's hope we don't curse him. Let's hope we don't jinx him. Let's see what happens here. Third down and 10. The Wildcats with an opportunity to bring the defensive pressure. Weller, bring it back. Long ball, no, Stevens left open and touchdown. And the Wildcats down 13-0 after that one. Weller being met with pressure, couldn't be brought down, rolling out to his right, just keeping his eyes downfield. Sees Stevens all by himself and just gets that one, flicks his wrist, free and open school. Oh, snap, bobble, kick, still up and still good. Oh, it does not matter what the Naches Rally Rangers do. They could commit as many penalties. They can fumble the ball. It seems like they could almost do anything, and it doesn't matter. What is going on? I mean, you got to have that credit. I mean, it's nothing but luck at this point for the Rangers. I mean, what else can you say? There's no skill in that. You're just getting lucky at this point. That score would have not happened if that roughing the punter penalty wouldn't have been called, which from the looks of it, it wasn't. I mean, that ball was touched. It was tipped. So I'm not sure how that qualifies as one. If the ball isn't tipped, I mean, you can make a very good argument. Then, yeah, maybe you can call roughing the kicker, but not in that fashion. Wildcats now down 14-0. Wildcats coming into this game with a firm opportunity to outright win the SCAC West here tonight. But in this first quarter, 14 points. And typically that's the average that the Wildcats have allowed on defensively. They've only allowed about a couple touchdowns per game these last 3 games or so. So this team, a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, finds himself on top early. And a flag thrown immediately. Looks like it's going to be an offsides call on the kicking team again. So that's going to bring them back 5 yards. Going to negate that touchback. Lyle Wapashali and Stevie Romero, the 2 returners. Let's see if they're able to make something happen here. I mean, the Wildcats are going to have to find a score sooner rather than later. They're going to have to. You know, Ty Moore is a little bit injured. He's not fully 100%, especially since he's been limping around. But you got to be able to contain the rest of the Naches Valley Rangers offense. Thane Denny already with the rushing touchdown. And Stevens already with the receiving touchdown himself. Stevie Romero being met by some Rangers there, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. 14-0. Wildcats looking to put some points up on the board here in the second quarter. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. And welcome back here, THS Digital Media. On offense here, after the kick return, Wildcats on their 3rd offensive drive of this contest, beginning of the second quarter. Getting off to Zuniga He's going to keep pumping his legs. Gains about 6 yards on that one. Gets near the 45-yard line, 35-yard line. The Wildcats are doing a good job there when they run the ball. Perhaps you want to give just some different looks. You know, running the ball under center, maybe in a little bit of pistol, maybe in some shotgun. Just keep this defense guessing. Zuniga again giving the ball, slips one, trying to get to the edge, and finally brought out of bounds near the 50, 45-yard line and crossing midfield. And that's a good one. You almost feel like the Wildcats are going to need to score a touchdown on this one to make sure they don't lose confidence. And you know you can score the ball. You know you can get that ball into the end zone. Jason Sanchez still learning. A young quarterback, just a sophomore, but more than capable. Zuniga again, following his blocks and getting through after a gain of about 3 yards or so. Second down.
Second down and 7 at the 42-yard line.
So right now lining up the team. Leo Betancourt, Alex Zabian. Sanchez, long ball, going for it, and that ball knocked away. And it's going to bring up third down. Jed Ayers having good position there. That pass intended for Luis Garica. And I mean, he was there, just need a little bit more touch, maybe a little bit more air underneath it. He probably could have gotten into the end zone. So third down and long now. Sanchez, and that pass completed, but holding penalty going to be called against the Wildcats. What are they going to elect to do? They're going to take the penalty, I believe. It's going to bring up third down and about 25. 17 yards, let's say.
Holding call against the Wildcats.
So third down and 17, going to have to replay third down. Of course, there's only one place the Wildcats are going, and that's through the air. Zuniga checked down to him and not able to get very much. Gains about 2, and the Wildcats going to have to punt this one away again. Wildcats, I mean, they got to find something successful now. This is getting very, very interesting. They've been running some good offense these last 3 games, but struggling here early on in the first half. Torres with the snap, punts that one away. Ty Moore letting that ball roll all the way to the 7-yard line. Great punt there by Torres. And the defense going to have to come back out and put some good work in. 9:21 remaining here in the second quarter. Wildcats just needing to make the correct adjustments. I mean, they've already stopped this Naches Valley offense once. Can they do it again? That's the question. And a penalty immediately. What's this going to be? Looks like it might be a false start. And indeed it is against the Rangers, so that's going to back them up another 5.
the distance.
If you're the Naches Valley Rangers, that's one thing you did not want to do to yourself. It's going to give some confidence to this defense, whom we've already scored 2 touchdowns against, and that's their average that they're allowing per their opponents these last 4 games or so. Let's see if they can pull themselves out of this hole. Dylan Weller and Thane Denny, the running back, leading rusher for the SCAC West. Denny not finding very much room. Able to gain about 5. 2nd down and 10 coming up. I'm going to keep track of that clock as well. Wildcats are able to gain their composure on defense. They got to keep in mind that clock. And that offense is going to have to operate at a lot higher level and a little bit faster tempo. You may not have all the time in the world once the second half comes around. Dylan Weller to Denny again. Not able to find very much room. Gains about 2 on that one. 3rd down coming up.
Denny with the ball carrier. Spotting the ball on the 10-yard line, it appears.
So right now making some personnel changes. Wildcats
3rd down and 7.
keeping their best personnel. Third down and about 7 yards to go. Dylan Weller. Denny met in the backfield, trying to make a play and couldn't get anywhere with that one. 4th down.
Denny again, the ball carrier.
And that's a great job by the Toppenish defense, recognizing where this play was going, immediately getting in the ball carrier. Had a chance to bring him down in the backfield, but luckily, even though he was able to break that tackle, only a couple more yards and finally brought down. 4th down and 5, and Naches is going to have to punt this one away. Stevens almost with the block there. Wildcats going to have to let this one roll. And the Wildcat offense will start at the 40-yard line.
Over the 40-yard line of the Rangers. Toppenish has 1st and 10.
So what do you do here? Offensively, you've been stuffed these last few drives. Only picked up 1 first down. Haven't given your defense a chance to take a few breaths. I mean, something's going to happen here. Don't you agree? And that probably is true. Working from the gun. He's going to go to his side, and a false start penalty, first one of the night for the Wildcats. Right when you thought there was some momentum going in their direction, getting the ball at the 40-yard line, they set themselves back 5. And you just can't have that. They've been having a pretty much clean game on the penalty side, their first one of the night. Let's see, they're able to gain the necessary yardage here. Jason Sanchez, the young quarterback, hangs it off to Zuniga. Ball handed off to him, gains about 4 on that one. 2nd down coming up.
Zuniga, about a 4-yard gain. 3 yards, 3. 2nd down and 12.
Second down, 12 yards to go. And another penalty. You know, and it's those things you just can't afford, and now you just cost yourself those 5. What else are you going to do? I mean, what do you, something has to happen. If they continue to play like this, I mean, this game is not going to go into the favorable direction that the Wildcats hoped it would happen. Sanchez taking a look with the ball. Trying to run through some defenders. Finding an open receiver and finds Louis Gatica. Gains a pretty good chunk of that back. First completion of this contest. Well, looks like that was his second completion, so either way, from a second down and long to a third down and manageable, Wildcats gonna need to make something happen here, pick up a fresh gain, a fresh set of downs. And another penalty. That's 3 in a row in this series alone. Who would have thought on just one series they'd pick up that many penalties? I mean, and you gained a good majority of that back, and it being third down and about 4, now you're third down and about 9. I mean, you gotta be hot down there if you're a coach. I mean, that is just unacceptable, especially when this game is by no means out of hand, but you gotta make something happen. Sanchez, ball on the ground. Rangers are able to pick it up, and oh, it is going to be their ball at the 50-yard line. A young quarterback, the offensive line not able to do very much, and just not able to protect their quarterback, able to make one miss, but then not seeing the player behind him, and a turnover here. First one of the night for the Wildcats. But you're already down 14-0. This score, if the Naches Valley Rangers can do it, may really empty some confidence from the Wildcats. Wildcats have been having, you know, a up and down season. Been getting some momentum these last few games, and right now in a difficult position. So another false start penalty against the Naches Valley Rangers. First down and 15 now. Ball handed off to Denny, slipping through a few tackles, but couldn't slip that second one. Second down. I mean, if the Wildcat defense can bail out the Wildcat offense here from that turnover, I mean, that's a great thing. That's a great scratch. But, I mean, that offense has to get going right now. As soon as they get the ball back into their hands, they have to make something happen. There is no doubt about it. Weller, rushers in his face and right to Denny. The check down. Denny pushing forward and gains about 14 yards on that reception and a fresh set of downs. I mean, who would have thought the Naches Valley Rangers would have came in here and said, we're going to put up 14 here in the first quarter alone. Wildcat defense been doing a great job here in the second, not allowing any more scores so far. But right now, the Naches Valley Rangers threatening here at the doorstep. Weller stepping back. Ty Moore gets the reception and only able to gain about 1 yard on that reception. His first one of the night. Second down at about 9 yards now.
Second down and 9.
Rangers empty backfield. They are sending all their receivers. Looks like what the Rangers are going to try to do. They're going to try to break this Wildcat defense through the air. Ball in the air and pass completed. Weller to Jesus Mendoza. And that is a touchdown. And ladies and gentlemen, the Naches Valley Rangers coming in here in the first half and scoring 3 touchdowns. And that's, you knew exactly what the Rangers were going to do. They dared the Wildcats. Send as many people as you want. Put as many people as you want in coverage. We're sending all out receivers. Somebody's going to pop open at some point, and we know that our quarterback, Dylan Weller, is going to get it there. And that's exactly what just happened. And the PAT good. And the Wildcats perhaps getting flashbacks from early on this season, find themselves down 21-0. I mean, last season when the Wildcats took a visit over there at Naches Valley Rangers High School, Wildcats were favored. Of course, they had a couple of great weapons in Josh Perez, quarterback, and Shane Rivera. But this year, of course, losing those skilled weapons and having to rebuild to a sorts and find some different options. And here in this contest, just struggling to find anything on offense. I mean, and what do you do? What do you do?
Tucker Stevens kicking off.
Tucker Stevens, the kicker.
Romero and
That ball going to be kicked out of bounds, and a flag going to come out. I mean, and Fane Denny, rushing-wise, a little under 40 yards. So he hasn't gone off just yet. But he did have a big reception. Of course, the Wildcats just pretty much where the momentum changed was when that roughing the kicker penalty occurred. It seems like the Wildcats just haven't found anything since then. I mean, the last thing you want to happen is have your entire team just lose confidence here. You're not out of this completely, but you are going to have to make some very, very tough plays. Make some sound decisions. Reception completed there for a gain of about 1 to Louis Gatica. Second down to come. Wildcats, of course, playing for the outright champion of the SCAC West. Sanchez finds an open receiver, Leo Betancourt, leading receiver here this season. He's going to gain about 7 on that one. It's going to be 8, third down and about 2. And this is very manageable. You've got to be creative. If I were the Wildcats, I mean, why even try to pass the ball here? Get under center, run some power football, give it to your running back who's been able to make some good plays here early on. Sanchez, the open receiver, Betancourt, gets past the line of scrimmage. Gains about 5 on that one. And fresh set of downs here. Second down and 10. First down and 10 now. Nearing midfield. Sanchez. Loose snap, almost on the ground, having to make a pass, and that is out! Louis Gatica with the deflection, and all the way into the end zone touchdown! You can call that luck, or you can call that skill. The Wildcats really needed that one going into halftime. That ball could have been intercepted. Bounced up into the air, not once, but twice. And right there, to get the ball right into his hands, Louis Gatica. What a great play. What a great play, what a lucky play. If you're watching from home, oh, just look at that. And so, now, the Wildcats with their first score of the half, looking to regain some momentum from that one. PAT, that one's gonna go up, and it is good. Wow, what an amazing play right there. Sanchez, perhaps a little bit late with that pass, trying to get it to his receiver, Betancourt. That ball battered around in the air for about 2 times, and then, oh, with all the luck, finds its way into the hands of Louis Gatica, and just nobody there defensively for the Rangers as they were closing in on the play, and all the way to the house. Wow. Minute 39 remaining. What's the best thing that can happen right now? Well, you have to happen to imagine that the best thing that can happen right now is that you don't let anything wild happen here. Your defense, heck, you can give up a few plays. Don't give up too much yardage. You just want to go into the locker room, take in this momentum. And if your defense is really feeling it, make something happen. Cause a fumble, get an interception. Doesn't matter. You just need to build that confidence back up into this Wildcat team. So right now, a shot of adrenaline. The Wildcats needed it. Off a deflection. And it adds a Louis Gatica. Stevens not able to find much room and finally brought down at the 20-yard line. So Wildcat defense is going to come back out. They have some points on the board, only down by 2 scores now. Let's see if they can end this half on a high note. They needed something. They needed an adrenaline boost, and for sure that was one. Louis Gatica with the first touchdown of this half for the Wildcats. Dylan Weller, Guy Denny, being brought down after a gain of about 2 yards. And a timeout going to be called by the Wildcats, first one of the half. So they're looking to get this ball back into their hands. You know, luck and skill both ways. I mean, you can argue the Naches Valley Rangers got lucky on one, and now the Wildcats gave it right back to them and got lucky on another. So you can just say things just evened out right now. Perhaps that last score, a confidence builder for the offense and the defense now, hoping to get energized off of that play. What do they want to do at the very least? We want to end this half without the Naches Valley Rangers able to get anywhere near the end zone. They're going to have to work for it. But let's see what they can do. Weller in the shotgun. Denny again, this time met by again a host of Wildcats. Denny has not been able to find much room on the ground. Third down and about 7 yards to go. Minute 18 remaining now. So the Wildcat defense using that time wisely. Well, really, you're not really looking, I guess, per se, to have a full, as much time. Well, you do want as much time as you can for your offense, but in reality, what you're trying to do is you're just trying to take the Naches Valley Rangers off the field. Prevent there from being any further scoring. Prevent there from being any further threats. Just get them off the field and then give your chance, maybe a play or two to your Wildcat offense and see what they can do. Maybe they can pull off some tricks or something. Who knows? Anything is possible in what we should call is going to be a league title deciding game here tonight. Minute 18 remaining. Third down and about 7.
Third down, 7 yards to go.
If you're the Naches Valley Rangers, you want to hang on to that football at all costs. Ty Moore making a tough grab. There at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs coming.
Number 7, Ty Moore. First down for the Rangers.
And right now, that's not a bad outcome. Just don't let the big ones come. Do not let them get into the end zone. If you got to end this half on a defensive stance, so be it. First down and 10 from the 30. Weller to Denny and in the backfield. And I think the Rangers are thinking the same thing right now. They're just trying to run out this clock. They know that this Wildcat defense is keying in on what they're able to do. The second half is going to be a different story. You're going to have to happen to believe. The Wildcat defense looks like they figured out what the Naches Valley Rangers offense is wanting to do. And right now, they are definitely concerned. Let's see what happens after the break at halftime. They're going to go in the locker room. They're going to have some good and big discussions about the things that are going to be needed in order to win this contest. In order to get a couple more scores, you're going to need your absolute very best from your offense, one way or another. I don't know what you would like to do. Last week versus LaSalle, running essentially power football and just running the ball as it used to be just 10 years ago. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Who knows? That might be what we see here in the second half. Denny with the carry. Breaking through, only able to gain about 6 on that one. It's going to bring up third down. And they're going to try to use up as much of that play clock as they can. That's going to be the smart thing. You want to keep in mind, you don't want to lose possession of the football at all. So whoever that football is going to go to, you want to hang on to it. If you're in the backfield and you're going to lose 2, lose 2. If you're going to lose 5, lose 5. Most important thing, just hang on to that football. Only a few seconds remaining. They're going to have to try to snap this one. Can they make the play clock? No, they can't. But I believe they're going to call a timeout before clock expires. And timeout by the Rangers. So they're going to give them about 19 seconds remaining here in the first half. Wildcats are going to be down by 14. This is the best outcome you could have hoped for. Better being down by 14 as opposed to being down by 21. Your offense is going to have to come out of the locker room just running something that works. One thing we've seen, they can run the ball. The Wildcats can run the ball with Keanu Zuniga. Let's see if they're able to make something happen and able to make those adjustments. So Wildcats coming out, looks like in a regular defensive formation. I wouldn't even be worried about that. You just want to prevent the big play. Let them gain as much yardage as they want here. And Denny being handed the ball, and he will end the half, you happen to believe. And Fane Denny looks like he's limping off the field slowly, but that's going to bring a close to the first half. Wildcats down by 2 possessions, but battling as hard as they can. Second half going to come up here shortly. Stay tuned. This is the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. We'll be back after this.
last 4 years has been astounding. Mr. Gore and Mr. Taylor are very, very proud of all of you. Here are your senior marching band members, Liz Flores, Pascual Mariscal, Ed Morales, Roman Reyes, Kat Rivas, Janelle Roman, Noah Troy, Ricky Valencia, and the drum major, Jaime Arcila.
And welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network. Second half underway. Wildcats coming out of the locker room, hoping to make something happen. Washapelli trying to make something happen there in the kickoff return game. Gets up to about the 28-yard line. Wildcats went into the locker room with some great confidence. Defensively, and of course offensively with that great offensive play. Perhaps you can claim a little bit of luck on that one, but regardless, a play that gets into the end zone, and that's all that matters here at the end of the day. Sanchez right back in motion. Vancourt to Zuniga, trying to find a lane, keeps his feet pumping, and gets out to about the 30-yard line. Gain of about 2. Wildcats, they're doing okay on the ground. Now they just got to establish a rhythm and an identity on the offensive side of the ball and just get one more into the end zone right here to start off the second half, and you find yourself in great position to get back into this contest. Sanchez finding, gets the receiver wide open. Alexander trying to find the Brett, and finally Brett down inside the 10. Didn't have enough gas to get in the end zone, but great field possession nonetheless. And that's what you wanted to see. Alex Sapien broke away from his defender right in the middle of the field, gets the reception. He was all open. Ran out of gas there at the end, trying to get into the end zone. Boy, that would have been a great play had he been able to break away. But nonetheless, gets them deep into the red zone. Let's see if the Wildcats are able to capitalize from here. First down and 10. Zuniga slipping through tackles and spinning through and prevents a loss of yardage at least. Gets a couple of yards on that carry. And that's all you want to see. Doesn't matter. Just don't take any negative plays. You need every single positive play that you can get here in this second half. Does not matter how you get it. 1 yard, 2 yards, just no -1, no -5, and worst of all, no -10. So now, Jason Sanchez aligning his players, gets the snap, hands it off again. Breaking through, and into the end zone, quick response! Keanu Zuniga, his first touchdown in this contest. And that's the way you wanted to come out of the locker room if you're the Wildcats. You did not care whether you're down 2 possessions. What you wanted to show coming out of the locker room and starting this second half is getting on offense, running that ball, making a big play through the air, and then getting into the end zone. And the Wildcats within 1 possession now, pending this PAT. Snaps up, kick is up, and it is good. And just like that, folks, Wildcats within 1 touchdown and a PAT. What will happen? Kickoff coming up after this here on the THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here to the THS Digital Media Network. Wildcats, after that opening drive, second half touchdown, big play through the air from Jason Grant to Alex Sapien. And then Justice Zuniga, or excuse me, Keanu Zuniga, getting into the end zone. for his first touchdown of the evening. Oh! Almost lost the ball. Ty Moore trying to find a corner. Almost left open. And finally brought down near the 50-yard line. They might have marked him down a little bit before then. And indeed he is. He was out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. I mean, Ty Moore didn't hang on to that ball. That could have been dangerous. No gunners down there for the Wildcats, unfortunately. Otherwise, that could have been a very different situation. Good on Ty Moore, who is battling through an injury right now. He is limping, he's gimpy, so not fully 100% here. Let's see what the Naches Valley Rangers are able to do. Thane Denny, and in the backfield, minimal gain. Second down and about 9 to go. The Wildcats, they want to win this game. With this game, all your troubles are going to be answered. You're going to be able to rest assured that you're going to have a pretty good opportunity to make the postseason and the state football tournament here in a couple of weeks. But it comes down to taking care of business here tonight. Weller to Denny again. No room, no space. Finds a lane. Just able to get outside and able to pick up a fresh set of downs. I mean, there was nothing there. Thane Denny really had to dance around to find something, able to get to the edge before the Wildcat defenders could get there. Great look there. Thane Denny just making that all on his own. First down and 10. Weller. With a pass. In trouble. In the backfield and a big hit. And behind the line of scrimmage for a sack, Weller. And right now a Wildcat defender is on his knees. And so looks like he's going to have to come out for a few plays.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, get out your wallets. We are having a 50-50 raffle.
Second down and about 13, 14 yards to go. This Wildcat defense just coming out with the spurt of energy out of the locker room. So much riding on the line here in this contest here tonight. Weller stepping back. Ball on the ground! Wildcats recovery! And there we go! That's what the Wildcats needed, and Seaman died with the recovery. And that's what the Wildcats are playing with right now, the chip on their shoulder. They knew they made some mistakes in the first half, and they're not willing to let that happen. Wait a minute. Oh, no. What is going on here? That's not where that play is going to be negated. Maybe you might have a penalty after the fact, but clearly that ball... And yes, indeed it is. It was a penalty after the fact, which unfortunate, but either way. So, I mean, this, what is happening? Oh, looks like Rangers are going to, oh no, they're going to get a whole lot of confusion right now. And so this is going to be taken back. It's still going to be Wildcat football, however. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Regardless, you eliminate an offensive threat. And the Wildcats now with the chance to get right back on offense and make something happen. I mean, if anything, you just run the ball right now. No need to make your quarterback, young quarterback, in fact, the sophomore Jason Sanchez, make anything heroic, make any tough plays. You just got to give it off, get some rhythm down there on the ground. Zuniga Trying to make a couple of men miss. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Second down coming up. Dylan Weller just couldn't hang on to that football. I mean, there were a host of Wildcats right there. I mean, there's just sometimes you just have too many bodies on you, and perhaps you're trying to make a play. Sometimes it's just better to go down on the ground and fight to live another day. Wildcat offense, second down and 10. Sanchez gonna go for the long ball. Alec Sapien had about a half a step on his defender, but Sanchez not able to find the touch. The Wildcats right now playing with that urgency that was needed in the first half. Perhaps you can say it's better that you have that urgency here in the second half. Make sure that you play all the way through this contest. And so here we go. It's going to come back out. Sanchez with third down and 10. Going to have to try to make a conversion, and it's going to be delay of game on the Wildcats. You know, luckily in this game so far, only their 5th penalty, believe it or not. I mean, even if they make one more or two more, it's going to be well below their season average for the last 4 or 5 years of 10 penalties a game. They didn't really need that one right there, though, I could say, making it a lot tougher on a young quarterback like Jason Sanchez. Let's see what happens here. Alex Sapien in motion. Sanchez feeling the pressure, trying to run away from it. And a good play and completion there to Louis Gatica. New set of downs. And that was a great play there by Sanchez. Remember, not the speediest or most mobile quarterback, but able to make a play or two here and there, using his athletic ability, able to get in the outside of the pocket and finds an open receiver in Louis Gatica, and he's able to haul that one in. Great play and great chance and opportunity here for the Wildcats to continue this offensive drive. Looking to tie this one up. First down. Unlike in seasons past, you gotta go. Able to get off Zuniga. Gets the ball and rushes forward for about 5. Looks like coach was ready to call a timeout, but Sanchez, I think recognizing at the last 2 seconds where that clock was, knew he needed to get that one off and got it off just in time. See if the Wildcats can regroup and make sure that doesn't happen again. Sanchez playing an offset pistol now. Zuniga being handed the ball, running with all the grind. Able to get near the 1st-yard marker. Third down and short coming up.
Zuniga again, he's about a yard short of first down.
So all the way near the 26-yard line. And Keanu Zuniga running as hard as he can, and now he's going to have to come off the field. And he's been the best rusher here tonight. And you hope he doesn't have to come off the field for too long. And a timeout being called on the field. That's going to be an opportunity here for the Wildcats to reset, as they have had great momentum both on the defensive and offensive side of the ball. But right now, the concern there for Keanu Zuniga, having to come out after that rush for about 5, and he's holding what appears to be his left hand. Let's see if he's going to be able to come back into this contest, but right now he is very much questionable. I mean, you hope he is, and unfortunately, who would be his complimentary backup or role player would be just the Zuniga, just not available tonight. So instead, it's going to be Cimental there in the backfield. Let's see if he's able to find the same leverage and the same success that Keanu Zuniga was having. It's going to be ever so important. Cimental. Sanchez. Trying to run through, and he's going to get close to the first down marker. And it is going to be a fresh set of downs. So right now, Wildcats with the fresh set of downs to work with. Sanchez using his feet in that situation to pick it up. Now Sanchez handing off to Cimental. He's going to keep pushing forward. He's going to gain about 5 as well. And that's good to see on the first carry for Cimental. Let's see if he can continue the hard work that Keanu Zuniga was doing. Let's see if the Wildcats can just focus on keeping this drive alive, tying it up, and see where it goes from there. You have a great opportunity, and offensively, you're in great position right now to get back into this contest and tie it up. Motion by Louis Garica. Sanchez hangs it off. Cimental trying to break through a few more. Able to gain about 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short. So 3rd down and about 3 to go. Maybe 2.5, you could say. You can almost feel like this might be 4th down territory. Sanchez to Cimental, trying to break through, but met at the line of scrimmage. 4th down coming up. And 4th down, looks like they are going to go for it. See what Sanchez has. Take advantage of field position right now. Open receiver, that ball is going to be incomplete. Turnover on downs. The Wildcat defense is going to be forced to come back out. I mean, even though the Wildcats didn't score on that one, good on them, giving their defense a little bit more rest. Try to catch their breath and perhaps try to be as aggressive as they were on the first opening possession. On defense, I should say. And let's see what they're able to bring here. The Naches Valley Rangers, they know that this Wildcat team can compete. Ball count into the hands of Moore. Finding a lane and finally brought out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Ty Moore out of bounds at the 38-yard line, but along with that, a flag. Let's see what that's going to be called. Going to be a personal foul penalty against the Wildcats. And that was really hard to judge. I mean, if it's called, I guess it's called. But when you have a player like Ty Moore running that sideline, he has the speed and the ability to break throws, so you can never just say, oh, he's going to go out of bounds. So he could do that, pull the double move, and then boom, he's just free. Weller in the backfield. Mooney nowhere to go, finds about 3 yards. Wildcats hoping to get a stop here. 2nd down and about 8 to go. Got to keep track of that clock. 3:29 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Nothing to worry about just yet. But you got to keep in mind, perhaps possessions are going to be limited from here on out. This game may come down to the wire when it's all said and done. Weller. And that's going to be a delay of game penalty. Naches Valley Rangers not needing that penalty. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Their 7th penalty of the game. Something that they did not need here on this drive. And indeed he didn't. It's going to give a little bit more confidence now to the Wildcat defense, knowing that they can attack. They're going to have to make up for it some way or another here if they wish to make something here on this offensive drive. 3 minutes remaining.
Second down and 14.
Weller, quick slant over to Hire, and he's going to get about 8 on that one. It's going to set up 3rd down and about 4 to go. Wildcats hoping to hold on here. This is when you want your defense to make a play. They were able to make it happen last time. Get to the line of scrimmage here. Get to the ball. That ball completed right into the hands of Mendoza. First down for the Rangers. A 1-possession game, and right now, the Naches Valley Rangers nearing the red zone. Weller receives the snap. Cooney thought he had a lane there momentarily, but that is closed down in a quickness. Second down and about 9 to go. Got to keep track of that game clock. They've had a lot of delay of game penalties here in this contest. You do not want to be setting your offensive back, especially when you've been struggling here in the second half versus this energetic Toppenish defense. Weller. Ball on the ground. Weller trying to make something out of nothing. Gonna be barely able to make it to the line of scrimmage. Loses about 1 perhaps, and looks like that's what it is. 3rd down. 3rd down and 10, and that's a good thing. Let's see what they're going to try to do. Perhaps they're going to make kick a field goal if they don't convert on this 3rd down. You as well as anybody knows that this team can make something happen. You want to key on your players. Stevens already has a touchdown. Ty Moore is working a little bit on the inside. Perhaps try to get the ball to him. Ball's going to be well short of the 1st down. 4th down coming up. What are you going to elect to do? Do you want to convert? I'm not sure if you want to risk just giving the ball back to the Wildcats. Perhaps just kick this one. Try to get some points. You want to take the points, perhaps. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll see what the Naches Valley Rangers elect to do. Wildcats only down by 7, 21-14. Take a break. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. Welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network. Start of the fourth and final quarter. The Wildcats finding themselves down by 7 points. 6 points and a PAT, a touchdown and a PAT. Wildcats hoping to hold defensively here. Take this Naches Valley Rangers offense off the field and get back to work on their end.
Does the time on the scoreboard's off?
And here we go. Wildcats just got to keep it simple. Know your assignments. Throw it up in the air and nowhere to go, and turnover on downs. Great defensive stand there by the Wildcats, and that's what you needed. So right now the Wildcats right back on offense. We don't know yet the status of Keanu Zuniga. Is he out there on the field? I believe he might be. And indeed he is, so he seems to be fine. Perhaps got a quick tape up of that hand and ready to battle hard out here. Boy, are they gonna need him here tonight. Zuniga running through hard, gets a big gain there, brought down near the 30-yard line. Second down and 1 to come. This is an interesting part here. You know, some coaches might want to take a deep shot knowing it's just a second down and 1, but you have a young quarterback at your hands. You don't want to risk anything. Just hand the ball off. Let your running back, who's been doing a great job here tonight, pick it up. Zuniga powering through, picks up about 4. And a fresh set of downs there as the Wildcats working under center with Jason Sanchez there. You know, maybe this is where this is going to come in handy. The Wildcats working some power on that play. Now shifting immediately right back into their shotgun formation, their spread offense. Let's see what they're able to do. And flag immediately thrown. Let's see what this is going to be. Going to be against the Wildcats, 5-yard penalty. It's going to be their 6th penalty of the contest. So just a few more away from their average, which right now, at least they're under their average. Got to consider that a win here so far. Sanchez, first down and 15. Sanchez looking for the long ball. And that ball through the hands of Kadika, and that is going to be incomplete. I mean, good on the Wildcats for trying to just go for the long shot. Perhaps you need a little bit more of a tune-up in order to get that one going. None of the receivers really able to find some separation right now. Good thing, good game planning in terms of trying to take a shot there, forcing this defense to make sure they guard that long pass. With that, you know, you can say it's going to open up some lanes for the running back as well. So we go. Dancing around, jumping through some players, and getting all the way past the 40-yard line. And that Wildcat offense is operating with some good energy, good power up front. You almost feel like I would put them underneath center, have them run out of that power formation, impose your will on this Naches defense. 3rd down and about 2 to go. What are you going to do here? You want to do something. Indeed you do. Sanchez with great pressure coming up. And that pass complete. And past the 1st-yard marker. Fresh set of downs coming up. And right now, player down, cramping. Nothing too serious right now. And so Leo Betancourt is going to have to come off the field momentarily. Last week versus LaSalle, running some good power football. Just running the ball, and looks like that's what the Wildcats are seemingly successful at here in the second half. Naches going for the long ball, and too much power on that one. And it's going to be a holding call. Wildcats seem to be able to find some good rhythm now. And now this is going to be their 7th, if not 8th penalty, very much nearing that season average of penalties. 10+ penalties per game for the past 5 years. First down in about 20 yards to go.
First down and 20.
Finding a receiver and completed there, gaining about 15 of it back. Second down and about 6 to go. Louis Gadiga's been a great safety blanket right there. Wide open, going right to the sideline. And all Sanchez has to do is just put that ball in front of him before he goes out of bounds, and you got yourself a good completion without having to worry about any defenders there in the area. Sanchez to Zuniga. Finds a running lane. Gonna slip through. Got all the time more. And finally brought out of bounds at the 15-yard line. This crowd coming alive. Wildcats hoping to tie it up. Oh, one of the most competitive games here this season. A lot riding on the line. No doubt the Wildcats want to win this one. They want to be the outright SCAC West champions. Oh, what is going to happen? Oh, let's see what the Wildcats are able to do. Sanchez, first down and 10. Gets the snap, stepping back. Don't want to make a mistake here, just run it if you have nothing. There we go, making a move, and gets all the way down to the 10-yard line. That's exactly what you need to do when you have nothing open. Don't force anything. Right now, just not in the position to make a play. Don't have enough experience to make those special ones just yet. You have no defender in front of you for about 7 yards. Just run it, young man, and get as much yardage as you can through your feet. Naches. Second down and about 6 inside the red zone. Wildcats looking to capitalize and tie this one up. I mean, that's all you can hope for. Naches throws one. Oh, and right through the hands of Louis Gadiga, the intended receiver. I mean, he just needed to put a little bit more power and a little bit more of a touch. Have him go over to his right side, and that could have been there and right into the end zone. But don't fault the young man. He's still learning, just a sophomore. But boy, you can already see the bright spots of what this young man's career can be here at the quarterback position for the Wildcats. Third down, hoping to convert. To Zuniga, running through, and he's gonna get 3 yards on that one. Fourth down. What are you gonna elect to do though? Are you gonna send your kicker out, take the points, help your defense out, or what do you think is gonna be the great plan? I mean, do you wanna play the percentages? Because the percentages say go for it. You've been getting a great push up front. Your quarterback's been able to find the open receiver when needed. I mean, just go for it, really. And if this falls incomplete, I mean, it's all good. You got them deep in their own territory. Naches, Zuniga trying to run through, and he is near the first down marker, and that is going to be a fresh set of downs. And that's what you gavel on. This crowd coming along. You can hear it. Unbelievable. Can this team come out with the touchdown and tie this one out? Big crowd on end here at the Wildcat home sideline. Here at the home stands, what can happen? anything. Looking to tie this one up, first down and go. Jason Sanchez. Oh, immediately he has a receiver. Can he get in there? Yes, he can. Touchdown. And they are a PAT away from tying this one up. And what a great play there. Alex Sapien knowing where he needed to be, just doing everything right. He was going to be free the entire time, and boom, catches it. Young man, all you had to do was just land into the end zone, and those were 6 points. So the ever-important PAT here, you got to happen to imagine. Now it's going to go up, and good. All tied up and knotted up, 21 apiece. 7:48 remaining here in the fourth and final quarter. We'll take a break. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Oh my, what a game! Welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network. After the timeout and the touchdown from Jason Sanchez to Alex Sapien, this game knotted up 21 apiece. What's on the line? The SCAC West crown for the Wildcats. And for the Naches Valley Rangers, the same thing. Battling for supremacy here in the SCAC West. Here we go. 7:48 remaining here in the fourth quarter. If you are just joining us, my name is Antonio Tony D. Dominguez, coming to you live here from Tampines, Washington, inside Wildcat Stadium on Bob Winners Field. Script kick. Moore able to get a handle on that. He's going to try to make something happen, and tackled down near the 30-yard line. That's where the Naches Valley offense will begin. You know, what could it come down to here? You got to ask yourself, things are tied up. 7:41 remaining on the clock. I mean, man, if you're the Naches Valley Rangers, the pressure's just now on you because the momentum is just coming down to you. Are they going to be able to get out of this one? That's going to be the important question. And well, we're about to find out the result. What a game to determine who's going to be the SCAC West league champion. First down and 10. Dylan Weller, the quarterback. Ty Moore with the end around. Not able to gain very much and barely able to find the corner. Perhaps being barely able to get to the line of scrimmage. Second down coming up. And this defense has just come together. They know where they need to be, and they're playing with the same energy. There is no doubt that this team has finally found it. And guess what? All you got to do is make a great play here on defense. Keep things together. And guess what? Good things are going to happen. Second down and 10 to go. My, oh my, one of the most exciting games of the year. Mueller. Oh, low snap, trying to find somewhere to go, nowhere. Bam, bam, ball on the ground. They're gonna go for it. Oh, finally, and what's gonna be called here? The referees are gonna have to decide what it is. They say, or saying he was going down, and who are they gonna award possession to? The referees are discussing it right now. And it's gonna be called an incomplete pass. Wow, what a dangerous play there regardless. And they've been working this all night, the defense. finally getting there. Weller has been able to escape that so many times here tonight, but there, the Wildcats just having their number. And right now, looking at it, 2nd down and 10 to go. This game ever so exciting. So right now, here we go, Weller, 3rd down and 10. We want to get this offense off the field. Weller with pressure, not finding very much, launching one. Ball is knocked down and incomplete. He was close to picking that one off. Leonardo Betancourt had a shot at it. CJ Torres right there in the vicinity as well. No shame in having that happen. If it falls incomplete, it falls incomplete. It's now 4th down, and now the Naches Valley Rangers are gonna have to put this one away. 4th down and 10. And the Wildcats are gonna get right back on offense. And boy, have they found some success here in the 2nd half, both through the ground and through the air. This next possession perhaps going to be the one that determines the winner of this contest. And what's going to be called? Oh, well, let's see. It looks like a timeout may have been called, and indeed it was by the Rangers as the clock was about to expire. We'll stick right with you, folks. The intensity of this game, the meaningfulness of this game. What's on the line? The SCAC West title. Winner guaranteed the #1 seed in the SCAC crossover game to determine who will go to the state playoffs. I mean, this has just been incredible. I mean, if you would have watched the first half of this game, you kind of would have put your money that the Wildcats were going to have a tough going for the remainder of the contest. But look at this, regrouping back, climbing back into this game, and tying it up 21-21 now. Down by 2 scores, coming out of the locker room on your opening drive, getting a touchdown, and now forcing the Valley Rangers here to punt this one away, and it's gone! Getting on it. And finally they do, almost making a mistake of turning out one, but now setting up the offense in great field position. Can you feel the energy? Oh, there's nothing else that can happen here. Oh, man. Boy, if you're watching this game at home, it is going back and forth and back and forth. We are sure that we got, you bet you some of those opponents that are going to meet the Wildcats here in a couple, or next week, I should say. Big rivalry game versus the Zilla Leopards. Perhaps the final one in a long time. But we'll see here. Sanchez. End around, Betancourt. Sanchez. Making a big run. Oh, close to being completed, but even a bigger thing, almost being intercepted. Sanchez, perhaps that one could have been a big mistake. Indeed, it could have. You did not need to do that, Sanchez. You should have just ran with it. He's still just a young kid, but that's the type of plays. You're trying to play hero ball. You do not need to play hero ball right now. What you need to do is protect that football. Don't make any mistakes. Don't throw it into coverage right there. There were 3 white jerseys and only 2 black ones. You got to do a little bit better than that. Sanchez to Zuniga. Finding a lane, running through, and great yardage there. It's going to gain about 8. 3rd down and short. And you're going to happen to believe that this is going to be 4th down territory regardless. Right now, Zuniga just running with the power, with the effort, with the willingness to make anything happen. Sanchez back to Zuniga, running through, almost, and keeps running, and finally a ball being thrown down. A horse collar tackle perhaps going to be called. Let's see what the official call is going to be. I mean, that has to be. I mean, they run them right by the collar. Horse collar tackle on that one. And that is going to be against Naches. And that's going to give them an extra 15. And that's a good thing if you're the Wildcats. And so they're going to place this ball right where it needs to be. So first down regardless. Naches back to Zuniga and met in the backfield. First time in a long time that he's had negative yardage on a carry. Second down and about 11 to go. 5:32 and counting remaining. We're already in the red zone. Let's see if the Wildcats can capitalize. Naches puts one up in the air, and that one is caught! Touchdown, Wildcats! Louis Danica with the great catch! That is unbelievable! You know, that ball could have been just as likely to be picked off. But guess what? Naches trusting his receiver to get up there and make a play. And now the Wildcats close to being up by a possession. Haven't led the entire game, leading now. Can they make this one? Up and good. 28-21 and on a dime. Who says halftime doesn't benefit you? Being able to regroup. And the Naches Valley Rangers stunned right now. Don't know. The Naches Valley Rangers, I mean, they know they're just as much of a threat. They got to find their confidence now. Only 5:12 remaining. You got to happen to imagine you're only going to have this next offensive possession, because if you give it right back to the Wildcats, they're just going to run the ball. And guess what? They've been running the ball great here in the second half behind Keanu Zuniga. Oh my Lord, this might be the game of the year for the SCAC West. The winner of this game could be the SCAC West champions. This is going to be unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, the Wildcats making it all the way back, coming out of the locker room, down by 2 possessions. And early on before that, down by 3 possessions, but guess what? Have come all the way back and now up by a touchdown. Let's see if this Wildcat defense can keep it up. Perhaps you don't want to count your eggs, your chickens before they hatch, as they say, something like that. I'm not sure if I got that one right, but either way, you want to keep playing with the same intensity, with the same discipline, with the same effort that you have been here these last few possessions. Ty Moore not having very many opportunities there, and finally being brought down near the 35-yard line at about the 33. That's where the Naches Valley Rangers will begin what could be their final offensive opportunity. If you're just joining us, folks, my name is Tony D. Dominguez here on the THS Digital Media Network alongside the THS Digital Media crew. Oh, what a great contest we've had here tonight. 5 minutes remaining here in the 4th and final quarter, and this will be a good one. What will the end be like? Still more than enough time for the Rangers to make something happen, get into the end zone. Oh, that ball almost picked up there. Oh, wish he had that one back. Right now, Naches just not having any confidence on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, and this has been rare for them. They have been great on the offensive side, both on the ground and through the air. Dylan Weller, been great at quarterback, has had 20-plus touchdowns this season. They've been great with the running back, Ty Denny, who has been the 2nd leading rusher in the SCAC West. But right now, having some difficulties. Denny being brought down after about a gain of 7. Naches Valley Rangers hoping to tie this one up right now. 3rd down and short coming up. And a lot more coming on here. Here we go. Third down. Can they stop him here? Probably just want to run the ball. Low snap. Ball in the hands. It's shot. Big loss. Fourth down. Oh my. And if you're Dylan Weller, that's the last thing you wanted to do. Take a sack. Right now, the clock is running, and now it's 4th down and 11. You didn't need that. You needed to throw that ball away. Now, you know you were the playmaker in the first half, but in the second half, this Wildcat defense has just been outright incredible. Here we go. In position, 4th and 11. What could be their final offensive possession, and timeout by the Wildcats. And the Wildcats seeing something there on the defensive side of the ball that they did not like, and perhaps also getting a peek at what the Naches Valley Rangers were looking to do. 3:58 remaining. Oh, this is going to be right up there at game of the year. Unbelievable. So once again, 2 passing touchdowns by Jason Sanchez and 2 rushing touchdowns. Great plays all over the place by the Wildcats, here in the second half in particular. But you could say this all got started 3 minutes before halftime as the Wildcats with, well, you might call it lucky or you might call it skill. As some people in the poker world might say, I'd rather be lucky than be good. And that's exactly what happened on that play before halftime on the offensive side of the ball for the Wildcats. Could have very well been picked off, but no. Oh, yeah. Weller, 4th down. Perhaps the final opportunity. Ball tapped down, and that's it. 3:53 remaining. And the Wildcats are going to send the offense right back out. That is great, and if you're in the Wildcats, I mean, if you were watching college football a couple of weeks ago, you do not want to make the mistake that the Miami Hurricanes were doing. Right now, it's a simple game plan. Run the football. That is all you got to do. And if you're the running back, if you're the one with possession of the football, protect that football. High and tight, my friend. That's all you need. Suniga finding the edge. Oh, and folded up a little bit awkwardly, it looked like from here, but able to pick up a fresh set of downs. And that clock perhaps is going to keep rolling. Well, one thing you can't afford if you're the Naches Valley Rangers is another touchdown. If they do get into the end zone, game, set, match. 3:45 remaining. Clock keeps going. 2nd down and about 1. Heavy package out there. Suniga running through. Cimental. Ooh, and tossed around a little bit, but hanging on to that ball, and he is going to pick up the 1st down regardless. So that game clock continues to run. You want to use as much of that clock as you can. Perhaps you might even say, don't even get into the end zone. If you pick up another 1st down, just go down, my friend. Use as much of that play clock as you can. Leave little room, if none, for the Naches Valley Rangers. Finding a lane and finally keeps going and moving forward, but a flag on this play. It's going to be the Wildcats' 9th. And again, nearing their season average, per game average, 10 penalties per game. And that one is indeed going to send them right back 10 yards. 2:56 remaining. The Wildcats, I mean, are so close right now. In firm grasp and in firm control right now. Just run the football, my friends. That's all you have to do. Here we go. Jason Sanchez, the young sophomore quarterback, hands it off. Cimental finding a lane, trying to hold on to that, and finally brought down past the 20-yard line. Stopped at about the 18. And second down here as time is just winding down. Let's see if the Naches Valley Rangers are going to elect to take a timeout at any point. Try to save clock. So here we go. So a lot of implications here if the Wildcats happen to pull this one out. Another rush. Cimental pushing forward, gains about 3, and finally a timeout going to be called by the Naches Valley Rangers. Yeah, and that implication is the Toppenish Wildcats, should they pull this one off, should they win this one, going to be automatic and outright SCAC West League champions. And with that, Zilla Leopards will be eliminated from playoff contention. There is no chance for them to make it to state playoffs here this year. So a lot riding in the line here for the Wildcats. Even though the Zilla Leopards aren't here tonight, they're not playing them here tonight. A little bit of insult to injury, perhaps. And Zilla Leopards may very well be playing just for pride next week, depending on the outcome of this contest here tonight. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, here on this late October evening. Friday Night Football, football under the lights. Friday Night Lights. Highlights all over the place. Wildcats with the lead. Third down and about 7 yards to go. Hand it off, Zuniga. Met in the backfield, and they're going to take another timeout. And what do you elect to do? You know, if the Wildcats, you just kick it here. Kick the field goal. You have a pretty good kicker in Yapes, Sebastian Yapes. And if he makes that one through this game, he can essentially just, it's done. That's all she wrote, you could say. But let's see what the Wildcats are going to elect to do. It's the best thing. I mean, even if you don't think your kicker can make it, I mean, he's been pretty accurate with his kicks this season. And this one very well within his range. Or maybe you run a couple of extra plays, or maybe you try to draw the Naches Valley defense off sides and call this one good. We'll see. And the Wildcats are not sending out the field goal unit. They're going to elect to go for it on 4th down and about 4. Sanchez being stopped, and that is a turnover on downs. That leaves 1 minute and 33 remaining, and this is going to come down to the Toppenish defense. Can they close this one out? I kind of disagree with that play call right there. You would have had a better shot of just kicking the field goal. You would have gone up by 2 possessions, and that would have been it. But I don't know, perhaps the coaching staff and the players perhaps seeing something different on the field. What else are you going to do? Rangers with no timeouts, needing a score to tie this one up. Weller. Ball incomplete. 2nd down and 10. I mean, this is just something. Wildcat defense has come down to this. They're up by a possession. Defense needs to respond and just hold. Don't let anybody behind you. If they make a pass, if they get a pass, cool, keep it in front of you. You don't need too much. Minute 20 remaining, but right now, Ty Moore, slow to get up. And the referees going to stop the clock with that one. Ty Moore is going to have to come out of the game. But right back to it. Minute 19 remaining. Clock is counting. 10-second runoff. Mueller. Ball incomplete. And looks like there's a flag. Let's see what this one's going to be. And it's going to be pass interference on the Wildcats. Oh, that is one thing you don't want. I mean, you want to make sure that your defense is playing great and you're playing good, knowing their assignments, limiting those penalties. But right now, already near midfield, giving this Naches Valley Rangers team an opportunity to get into the end zone. Weller. Almost being brought down, still fighting for yardage, finally. At the 45-yard line, no timeouts. 52 seconds remaining. And timeout going to have to be called by the Wildcats as they were trying to switch personnel. That's one thing you don't want to do. I mean, if the Naches Valley Rangers aren't switching personnel, don't switch personnel. And that's going to force the Wildcats to burn a timeout there, get their defense in order. The upside, you avoid a penalty. The downside, you give an opportunity for the Rangers to regroup, give themselves essentially a free timeout. Game of the year implications here for the SEAC West. Incredible contest we have on hand. 45 seconds remaining, second down and about 7 yards to go. Dylan Weller, empty backfield. Pass falls incomplete. I mean, great outcome. Kind of wanted to get a pick there. But nonetheless, third down and about 7 now, doesn't matter. You just want to bring them down. They're probably not going to have enough time to run very much. But let's see, this is going to come down to the final seconds, folks. Dylan Weller scanning the field. Pocket collapsing, running to the outside. Trying to remain in bounds, and they're going to give it to him. Brought out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. You know, that's getting them closer. But this doesn't matter. They need to punch it into the end zone in order to try to tie this one back up. Wildcats, they need to make a play on defense. Someone needs to step up to seal this game away. Otherwise, you never know what can happen. You're going to look for Ty Moore to try to make a big play here. Ball completed. And it's going to be a first down, 19 seconds remaining. Naches Valley running out of time. Play clock. Spike at 15 seconds remaining. I mean, this is just like, you just have to play good defense. They allowed that play to go. Clock is down to 13 seconds. You get maybe about 3 cracks at it. I mean, you pretty much have to pass at this point and hope your receiver goes out of bounds, excuse me. But this is going to be very tough for the Rangers to overcome, you happen to believe. But let's see if they can make something happen. Weller scanning the field. Got with pressure, he took the sack. And time will run out. And the Wildcats The referees are discussing this. I mean, there's no time left on the clock. I mean, no first down. I mean, that's going to be the end of the game. He was tackled in bounds. The referees, for whatever reason, are still discussing this. There's no question that this game is over. I mean, he was tackled in bounds, no timeouts left. There's no way that clock could have stopped. I mean, there was nothing there. There was no pass attempt. He just went, he got sacked. I mean, even if the whistle was blown, that's it. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what the referees are discussing. Regardless, Dylan Weller was sacked behind the line of scrimmage in the field of play, nowhere near out of bounds. There's no reason there should be any time left on this clock. I mean, you talk about controversy. I mean, I wish we could review this. I wish that the officials had the camera angles that we did. But they're discussing, I mean, there's no reason there be any time on the clock. And some of the fans already starting to exit the stadium while the officials have yet to call the game. I mean, they're trying to figure out, I mean, barring a penalty, which there was no flag. And they're going to give a free play to the Rangers. Dylan Weller was sacked. I'm not sure exactly where the referees are looking at this. I mean, that just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, in all my years of football covering this sport, I have never seen a team with no timeouts, a quarterback getting a sack, and then the referee saying there's still time on the clock when the clock expired. I mean, that just doesn't make sense. I mean, right now, head coach Jason Smith trying to get an explanation as to what this call is about. And then you got to determine, okay, how many seconds are left on the clock? You can't happen to imagine that any time is left. I'm not sure exactly what is going on. And right now, the official's still discussing it. I mean, this is as clear as day. If you go back, folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can rewind this right now, go back to that final play, and you can see clearly zeros on the clock. Zeros. And there is no, barring a penalty flag, barring, I mean, something like of that nature, I mean, you get tackled in bounds, that's the end of the game. You got no time left. This has got to be one of the most controversial moments here in the SCAC in a while. Right now, the official's still discussing it because it just does not make sense. This game should, by all means, be over. I mean, there's no timeouts. There's no flag. I mean, what is going on? I mean, the officials are still discussing this, so they're perhaps still conferencing, trying to get convinced by the coaches here what is the correct call down in the field. I mean, it's clear as day. I mean, this is going to be one for the record books. I mean, I just cannot believe this. I mean, how can you have a sack and have, you know, say that there's still time remaining on the clock when there clearly isn't? I mean, you got to let the player get up, yes. But you also got to allow the players to make it back up to their feet. And, I mean, regardless, let's see what's going to be called. Wow, this is unbelievable. Just when you thought this game was going to be over, it isn't. I mean, there's just, that doesn't make sense to me. And I mean, if this outcome is any different, I mean, you can clearly say that the officials, you know, kind of had a hand on what the outcome of this game could have been. And they're saying running the clock, but what are you running? What time is there left? So an odd time down essentially being awarded. Here we go. And that's it. No time left. And that's it. End of the game. Wow, that got dangerous there momentarily. But now, officially, the Wildcats have won this one. Ladies and gentlemen, your 1A SCAC West League champions, the Toppenish Wildcats. And with that, folks, next week for the Naches Valley Rangers and the LaSalle Lightning, they will be playing for second and third place. And then, bad news for the Zilla Leopards this season. They are officially eliminated from any playoff hopes. Their season ends next week, and then, of course, a crossover game. But that is it. No postseason this season for the Zilla Leopards. Wow, you gotta congratulate these young men out here battling through a very tough first half of the season and then coming right back and winning it all, winning the SCAC West. They continue their great program dominance. And this might be their last year in their SCAC. More than likely next season, probably about 75% sure, going right back to the CWAC. And boy, those CWAC foes, they're gonna be very, very antsy about playing a much improved Toppenish program who, for the last 10 years, have been building up to this moment. Let's take a look at some statistics here for today's contest. Naches Valley Rangers, well, a slow night through the ground. On 32 carries, only 81 yards. Of course, Denny providing most of the carries and only 67 rushing yards, his lowest of the season. And then Dylan Weller running 11 times himself for only 14 yards. On the receiving side, Weller, 14 of 27, a little over 50%, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception for 210 yards. Leading receiver, Ty Moore with 5 receptions for 59 yards. And then right behind him, Stevens, 2 catches, 40 yards. And Mendoza with 1 catch, 34 yards and 1 touchdown. And now the Wildcat statistics, 35 carries for 166 total yards. Guess what? Keanu Zuniga on 24 carries, 149 yards, 100 of those coming in the second half. And then on the receiving side, passing side first, Jason Sanchez, 13 for 20, 203 yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Only 1 turnover though. And then leading receivers here tonight, look at that. Louis Gareca, 6 receptions for 125 yards and a touchdown himself. And then, Alex Sapien, 2 catches, which were huge, for 62 yards. 4 catches by Leo Betancourt for 14 yards, and then 1 catch from Keanu Zuniga for 2 yards. Their total 203 passing and receiving yards here tonight for the Wildcats. Jason Sanchez, my, oh my, has come back and led this team after struggling in the first half of the season. What a way to end it. What a way to come out as CAC West champions. And so, 4th time here this season, winning it, at least getting a share of the title. I mean, congratulations to the Wildcats. And right now, currently on the field, senior festivities. Senior night here, of course. And I mean, we like to thank you for being here tonight, folks, from wherever you may be joining us. This is the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. Huge game. Another rivalry game next week. 28-21 your final here from Wildcat Stadium and on Bob Winters Field. My name is Antonio Tony D. Dominguez. Wildcats, once again, 1A SCAC West League champions, and perhaps for the final time here in the SCAC. Will they be in the CWAC next year? Meet old foes like the Ephrata Tigers, the Prosser Mustangs, the Ellensburg Bulldogs, the East Valley Red Devils. Ooh, we might not know till later on, but regardless, this program proving themselves here tonight that they can play with the best of them. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of my night, but stay tuned. Senior festivities coming up for you live here on the THS Digital Media Network. Oh, wait a minute. Apologies on that one. Anyways, looks like we're going to go off air. So it's been a great season. We still got one more home game here, potentially here in the next couple of weeks. Thank you, everybody. From myself, Antonio Tony D. Dominguez, and the THS Digital Media crew, thank you for joining us here senior night. 1A SCAC champions, Toppenish Wildcats once again. Have a good night, God bless, and see you out there.